After losing her husband, this woman went online and found herself a new boyfriend. But instead of having a regular relationship, she acted like a creepy teenager. And even then, she chose to spend her time with her boyfriend rather than her grandkids. The sad part is she put someone whom she has never met, talked, or even seen over her entire family. Everyone has told her she's been catfished, but she doesn't want to listen to anybody. And yet, she tells Dr. Phil she wants to know the truth.
Okay.
Anyway, the woman in question is Gilda, and her family's life is in jeopardy because of her own damn actions.
Now think about this, having your mother come to visit and getting so angry with her that you pack up her bags, you put them on the doorstep, you call a cab, and you tell her to just get out.
Thankfully, I can't. Hopefully you guys are the same, but this story is just too common nowadays. Let's just unravel it. She was happily married, but then her husband died. 4 years later, her youngest son approached her with the idea of finding herself a new companion using online dating. So she did. Mind you, when her husband died, she has zero debt, her house was her own, living comfortably with a good income. She was set for life. Well, she is sadly a great victim for catfishes because she was scammed immediately. $25,000 lost. Everyone thought, okay, she must have learned the lesson about not trusting any dude she came across. Well, you will be wrong. She made everything worse on herself when Gilda met Eric, an architect, probably. He told her he had a construction site in Ohio, but he quickly had to travel to the UK. Eric has Gilda in the palm of his hand. She has accepted everything he said, even if she hasn't talked face to face with him, video chatted, or even a phone call. It's just text. Things have gotten so cringe, she has sent topless pictures to this guy and hidden her phone on her bra. Again, like a teenager. Gilda's life, instead of improving with a new partner, went tits out. From being a house owner to living in a 2-bedroom apartment, from having a big family to being alone. By choice. You are supposed to find someone to uplift you and be uplifted by them, not gravel in the mud. I cannot understand why she can't see it.
We found out Gilda was sending money when Carrie's brother Paul logged onto her computer. We found all these transactions in an email. I told Gilda to take my kids' pictures off her Facebook page if she was going to be involved with what we thought was a scammer.
It's a common practice to flaunt your family on Facebook, but I've always found that really creepy. There are so many stories of people being robbed or worse because of the many pictures they take of their houses. How many doors they have, where they lead to, how many people live in that house. They open their entire security for everyone to see. And kids. Pictures of kids are another monster to battle online. So while Gilda is romancing this dude she barely knows, she has her grandkids' pictures for these people to see. I don't know, am I overreacting? Tell me in the comments. Later, we are going to hear Gilda say she wants to know the truth, but her youngest son already did that for her, and she didn't believe him. Her own flesh and blood who wants the best for her, and she dismissed him.
It haunts me to this day because I encouraged Mom to go online to find someone else to date. She refuses to believe this is not a real relationship.
And now we are going to find out what Gilda saw on this guy.
He was a successful businessman, a successful interior designer. He had been divorced for 5 years and he had one son in college in London.
It's always the rich guy who wants to share his wealth, but wacky inconveniences are always surprisingly on the way. And this guy has almost explored every single excuse to not meet with Gilda, not talk on the phone or video chat. And she believes him every single time. She has paid for everything he wants, lying to her family in the process. She told her kids she wasn't sending any money to this guy because of the first scamming incident, remember? When they found out Gilda was broke and was about to sell her house because Eric wanted a new iPhone and a new computer, well, they lost their minds.
To help Eric, I sold my house. The plan is when he can get out of London, we'll buy a house together and get married. It would be a dream come true to be married to Eric. I love him and I think he's real.
It's just so disturbing that she kept giving and giving money while Eric will do nothing for her. Well, manipulate her into giving him more money. Some nice comments here and there, but this woman lost everything she owned and it's on the verge of losing her entire family for him. Dr. Phil made a list of all the things Eric asked money for.
To invest in a business, to pay his hotel bill, pay his hospital bill, gifts for his son's school tuition, airline tickets, to buy a cell phone, buy a computer, to eat, and processing fees in order to cash checks.
Ridiculous. Why can't he buy that himself? How was he surviving before Gilda? Was he homeless? What's the explanation? You just need a little bit of thought process to put everything together. This guy, regardless of he is real or not, is a user. I don't think that's a good personality trait.
If he's not for real, would you want to know it?
I want to know the truth. I'm here for that.
Well then, let the evidence speak for itself. Starting with the manipulation tactic he will use on her.
Gilda, I have done all I can except sell my home, love. For you, I would. Eric, no, love, I would never ask you to do such a thing. Did I tell you that I've only been eating once a day for the past 2 days?
I don't know how much obvious this dude can be. It's almost cartoonish. She will tell him how much she is struggling with money, but Eric is more important to Eric. So he asks, what about my money? Why would anybody want to be with such a creature? An addict, which she is. Gilda is addicted to the attention this guy is giving her. An attractive younger man thinks she's hot and interesting, and she believes it could be true. It's a wacky combination of big ego and loneliness.
Should I sell my home and bring you back? What if you're not happy and leave? Then I'll be in deep trouble. You'll have your home, your assets, and mine may be gone. Eric, ha ha ha. Have a good life, okay? Bye. And you will never hear from me again. Bye.
This is a 52-year-old man speaking, so we can all remember that. Do you think he wrote that? Because it sounds more like a teenager or a young adult to me. Gilda should have picked that fast. She had kids who once were teenagers behaving just like that. There were so many red flags she actively chose to avoid, it's not even funny. It's disturbingly pathetic. How can she say she wants to know the truth when it was right in front of her the entire time?
She meets Eric July 7th. That same month, she sends $10,988. Then we jump to June. And then we had a grand total.
It's $50,000 more than I thought.
Gilda was buying his time, and she got ripped off because of all that money and she received only text. I guess the experience mattered the most here. They found the man she fell in love with, as in the man in the picture. He talked to Gilda and made it clear he was not involved in any way. He doesn't know her and has not received anything from her. They also show her the house Eric claimed he lived in. The person owning the house and currently resides in is a psychiatrist who has nothing to do with the story. And Dr. Phil showed Gilda some pictures of the people who had been receiving her money in Eric's name. Everything her kids probably told her already, hence why there is no shock face. She knew everything that was presented to her. Sad that she thought her kids had unprovoked negativity towards her finding love when it was them who encouraged her to find someone new. When did her trust in them disappear? Gilda acted as a textbook addict, hiding finances, hiding conversations, being antagonistic, and refusing to know the truth. Hopefully, she understood, unlike the first time she was scammed. Let's just pray there is not a third time. Tell me your thoughts about this story in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. It really helps. Here is another woman who got scammed as well, but people thought it might have been because she has a disability. I disagree. Thank you for watching.
Now, you've only known this boy less than a month, and you sent him $10,988.
I didn't even keep track.